What is up, my people? This is Gamer663 Gaming here, and today I'm going to be playing one of my favorite free-to-play games ever, War Thunder. Now, you may have heard this game, you may not, but if you haven't, it's a really cool game where you basically play as either the aviation or the army, or if you're not into those type of things, basically the airplanes or tanks. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm more of an airplane person, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using my German line, and maybe one time I'm going to use my Britain line. And basically, if you've ever played War of Tanks or War of Warships or anything like that, it's basically the same thing. Put in research, and put in research so you can get more airplanes and all that. There's tiers or ranks, as they have in here, like tier 1s, biplanes and all that. Tier 2, okay airplanes. Tier 3, really good airplanes. Tier 4, which are really good late World War planes, and then Tier 5, which goes into like the prototypes, like the like the AR-234 or the HO-229, all that. And they're gonna add a Tier 6, which is basically goes into the Cold War and all that. Now, this is basically late World War One to late World War Two, in prototypes after World War Two. So, I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay here. Now, it's not as easy as you may expect, because, well, in World of Tanks and all that, yes, you need to find a good position and all that, but once you do, you're good. But it's harder to do it with an airplane, because you got to learn all these maneuvers, you got to learn your airplane. So first, we're going to start off with the HE-100D1. Which, in my opinion, I just got it, and it's actually a really good airplane. So I'm not too sure. Alright, so this is basically what you really need to do. Now, you may think, like, just the main objective is to destroy everyone. Well, no, it isn't. There's ground targets right there where you have to take out. Now, you can't take out the air units, but the only thing they'll really do is hold them back. Those flashing things, if they come back on my screen, are main objectives. Those target things are their bases, and they can land there if they want to. Now let me show you the combat. That circle that you see, that's what you have to hit with your cursor. If you don't land there, you're not really going to get some good hits. And by the way, friendly fire is on here, so if you hit your friendly on accident, that's tough for them and for you, because 3 times you accidentally kill someone, you're out. No, I know this too because I've done it before. It's actually really frustrating, because sometimes they just love to get in your way. Now, I love to take these guys out because they are fun to kill. These guys that, and that's another thing you gotta worry about. Other airplanes leaking or something like that. If you see on the top left corner, now you see my frames, but you also see the throttle, speed, altitude, and you see my water's leaking. Now, there's also more things will pop up if it gets damaged, like your oil will leak or something like that. Let's see. I'll go for the BB one. Why not? And yes, you do have limited ammo, but you are able to replenish it after a little bit of time. Now, you still use the WASD keys as to move your plane, make it go forward, go back, or make it faster or slower, I should say. Now, this game is dependent on what type of gameplay you want. If you want fast, agile stuff like I'm in, then you're going to need to go with fighters or light bombers if you're going to use them. Oh, crap. Come on. See, you gotta learn stuff like this. Ooh. That was close. Sorry if the graphics look a little sad. My computer can only handle it like this. Okay. And that's another thing you gotta worry about, the point system up there. I keep on forgetting about that. I always get too into the gameplay. Those point systems up there, you really gotta worry about. Because if you start seeing those points drop, you better start hitting other people, or hitting ground targets. Okay, I don't need to worry about him anymore. Now here's the thing, you can hit those things like anti-air or stuff like that. But the one thing you can't hit are those pillboxes, which I hate so much. Now, this is not the only two that I have, or that I have for airplanes that you can use. Almost, yeah, every faction, the Japanese, French or Italian, I can't remember, German, American, Russian, and British, every single one of them has a army version, which is basically tanks and anti-air, and then there's aviation, which is basically, well, airplanes. Oh, I keep forgetting to tell you about this. The overheating. It gets frustrating after a while. Yay, I got one. It gets frustrating after a while, but you'll start getting used to it. Jeez, this thing's agile. Ow! No, 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 new, scruff, no. Yeah. I did pretty good at that one. That's another thing I'm going to show you guys. The big heavy fighters. These things, this one I love the most of all of them. This Bf-110C4. Now, this is technically a heavy fighter and a dive bomber. And who's firing? Another Bf-110. Whoa, I am not turning well. Now, here's the thing that I'm not a big fan of on this game. That kind of like detours me a little bit. If I'm gonna play a game like this, I want it to be where the same everyone's using the same faction. Like, I'm using Germany right now, and then like everyone else uses Germany. You can see there's a couple of German people right here already, but there's a Ki-61 from America, the Yak-1 from the Russians, the A-20G from, I think, from the Russians, and all sorts of different airplanes, which I'm not really big ooh, Hampton. But that's the thing that deterred me a lot. I really don't like it when it's like that. It was probably because I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike lately. Ow. Okay, I'll pass over him, I guess. Oh, no! How? I get it that I'm not in realistic mode, which there is, but I'm baffled. I mean, my wings basically almost gone, but hey, it's the thought that counts. That's a hurricane. Dang it! Uh, eh, eh. Come on, I'm wounded. I can't do much. Oh, I almost ran into my own. Nope. Yep, I hit a tree. Might as well just release all my bombs. And I killed myself. Now, I'm going to show you my best airplane that I have so far, or my latest. BF-109 F2. Now, the BF-109 series is awesome, but, okay, let me explain. It has, I think, one cannon. You can kind of see what the little hole is on the nose. That's where the cannon is. And there's only, like, what, 200 shots? Now, realistically, that should be good. But if you're not a good shot like I am, then it's like, okay, I can't do anything. I just have to use my MG42s that I have loaded on this thing, which do good, but not good enough. Itchy eye. We won. I did pretty good. Now, here's what I can show you about the research. And don't worry about money. Trust me. Because there's daily bonuses, and most of the time, they give you a research bonus. Alrighty. Here's what I mean. This is basically like World of Tanks, World of Warships, and da 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 da. You basically research what you want, and you can purchase it. Simple as. If you ever played World of Tanks or anything like that, that's basically what it is. And it automatically pops up. Now, yeah, here's your research right here. And here's your money. Money is really no big deal if you know what you're doing. Like, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. If you know what line you want to go down, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're going to experiment like I am, you're going to need to get a lot of money. Like, just keep on going down. Right now, I'm just going to try to keep on going down this one line. But I'll get, like, detoured when I see another airplane I can get. Just like, I want to get it, but I can't. Okay. Now here's my British line. I have a Spitfire Mark 1 and Mark 2, a Hurricane Mark 1L, and then a Blenheim, which I want to get rid of. Which is why I'm trying to get the Hurricane Mark 2 Tropical. Here's all your boosters and all that. Right now I have a 10% research booster. I derped out there for a second. But that gives me 20 missions that I can use it on. Valid for 2 days and well, basically 3 days. And that's basically means if you don't use it in 3 days, it's gone. Duration, 1 day. So you have 24 hours to use all those 20 missions to use this. So technically, you'll just have to basically have to work your butt off. Now, this is not the only thing you can do. There's realistic battles. There's tank battles, which have both. Simulator battles, which is basically both at the same time, but technically tank realistic battles has both. Squadron arcade events, that's basically when you have a squad down here. And these are basically events, tournaments, custom battles, aka like custom match. There's like assaults that you can do. You can get like a crate from them. Tank assault for tank arcade, air arcade, something like that. I don't really do these. I just do these because these are fun. But if you want to go realistic, like if your water gets hurt, you have to land and all that. You could do that if you want to. Now, if you're used to World of Tanks for the tank division, you're going to have some trouble with this game. Because it is nothing. And I repeat, it's nothing like World of Tanks. Because in World of Tanks, you can stop easy. You actually slide because there's no traction in the tracks. Unless you're in mud, of course, or something like that. And this is the same thing with the money wise. If you know what line you want to go down, you're good. But if you don't, you may have an issue. Because these here's one for example. The Object 906. Here's what it looks like. It looks like a nice tank. A little slim, a little sleek looking. But if we look at the price for it, mind you, this is tier 4, and this is probably when you saved a lot of money. Modifications. Oh. Now I gotta figure it out myself. Did not want the information, but okay. Yeah, I can't show. It should say, here we go, price. 690,000. And a crew train is 200,000. He had to be rich for you to do so. So all of the work you're going to be putting into here is going to have to be valid. So basically, work your ass off. That's pretty much all at the show. Thanks for watching. God help my life. Thanks for watching. Be sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here, or if you haven't yet. And if you want to leave a comment below, that would be great. And I would actually like to give a shout out to my friend King's Gaming. He's the one that actually helped me start this YouTube career, so I gotta give him a little shout out. I'll put a link down in the description below. And if you want the site to this game, you can get on Steam if you want to, but if you don't have Steam or you do not trust Steam, I'll leave a link down to where you can get this game independently down below. Alrighty, thank you so much, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.